should be going. How about this chat? And yo, what's up, Phoenix Matt? True, no front brakes fashion. I'm getting a late start. Oh, man, and it's already super hot in here. So while you guys screen, I'm going to get a beer. Woo! Woo! I'm back. I'm back. How's it going, everybody? Alden, what's up, buddy? OTB, Twitch. Oh, man, there's so many guys here that I recognize. Let's see who all filters in. It's a little messy out here right now. I'll try to live stream. I think a lot of you are local, but Josh just ended in my front driveway screwing around. Were you practicing bunny hops, Josh? Do what I do and forgot to shut the door into the house. Yeah, that's what I went to go do, and also to get a beer. So tonight I'm drinking Rar and Sons Mango Cheek. So if you're new here, welcome. Happy to have you. I do live streams like once every 2 to 3 weeks typically. And we just go through and shoot the bull and talk about what's coming up for the channel. So besides the 3,000 subs subscriber mark, the main thing that I wanted to talk about everybody with tonight is my cadence. So I've noticed that it's becoming a little more grindy to do 2 videos a week, especially in the dead of summer here. Yesterday it was 106 degrees. Today it's like 102. Makes it really hard on the weekend to get out and film enough footage for me to put together 2 videos throughout the week. In addition to me working full time and having a family and taking care of my house and everything else that I've got going on. So what I want to do is I want to up the bar, start putting out some really higher quality videos. I learned some of this. I don't know if you guys saw the Seth's Bike Hacks video with Pink Bike. And he kind of hit on this a little bit, that it's hard for people working full-time jobs to have a really high level of content and to put out more than a video a week. So, and he said that's what he does. So that's what I'm gonna shoot for. I'm gonna work on my editing skills a little bit, try to make really compelling videos that are just fun to watch, highly entertaining instead of trail videos. I feel like there are a lot of trail videos and they're good if you're going to travel to a new spot. You want to see what you're getting into. You want to see those, the features that you're about to go ride, or if you're just trying to figure out where you want to go. Those are, they're the POV, straight POV videos are great for that. But as far as telling a good story, you'll notice that there's a lot of vlogging. Vlogging is very, Casey Nice has been doing it for a long time. But there's other vloggers like, Single Track Sampler. Brian's really good at it. There's a lot of people. Joseph is really good at doing vlog style stuff too. There's a lot of people that do vlog style videos. And I think it's really important, instead of just focusing on the trail, I think it's really important to tell a story with your videos and keep them entertaining, because I think those types of videos help reach outside of our immediate community of mountain bikers to just normal, people off the street who aren't into biking but enjoy the outdoors. It really helps out. I'm gonna catch up on chat a little bit here. Reading some. Hey, welcome. I grew up in Pennsylvania. I don't know if Mingo, if you're aware of that. I'm gonna increase the font size in here. It's hard to read from back there. Wish I had a projector. That would be dope. Yeah, so that I'm realizing that if I want to really start reaching out beyond people that ride trail all the time, whether that be local or to any of the other places I visited, I want to start being able to tell a better story about those trails. In order to do that, frankly, I just need more time to edit and more time to film. So I'm going to start doing one a week. I'm going to drop a video every Thursday, starting with this week. And the video I'm dropping this Thursday, I'm very excited about. You've heard lots of people allude to it in the past, but we are getting a new bike park around this area. So I think it will be the first and only lift access bike park in Texas. So I went and did a work weekend last weekend there, and I got to preview some of the trails as well as work on a Black Diamond Trail that they're building out there. And it was hot and gross, but the trails are so sick. I'm so excited for that to take off. And I think it's only going to do great things to the sport here in Texas. Hey, what's up? What's up, Josh Daly, MTV Rider? Welcome. Oh, there's no super chat button. That's interesting. I wonder if I can change that now. Here, let me see if I can do that from within the stream. Huh. Interesting. I should be able to have those. Well, I'm going to have to figure that out in future videos because I should have that back, but it's no biggie. Alan kind of hit the nail on the head. The new place is called Spider Mountain, and can't really talk about where it is. It's too hard to find, but I'm super stoked on it. And everything's really loose right now. We're kind of waiting for it to rain. Once it rains, I guess they'll probably just get a bunch of riders out there to just pack it down. But I mean, spoiler alert, the trail that we were working on, the Black Diamond, has like this crazy steep section followed by like a really good catch berm. And then the part that we build, you go up over a little hip, back down this steep part into another catch berm. At the end of that catch berm, there's like a gap jump into the next section. It's going to be wild. I don't even know if I could ride it where I'm at right now, but at least the whole thing will be rollable if you need to do that. But we've also rode their Blue Trail. I'm going to have some sections of that in Thursday's video, so stay tuned. Oh, look. Give me the pro tips. Go in the super chat tab under community. Switch it on. Yeah, man, I know those things are uneven. It kind of stinks. Oh, here's community. Man, I don't have that. Oh, there it is. Dang, man, that turned off super chats. Huh. All right, well, I don't know if that will work for you guys. You might have to refresh, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, Bill, I'm not so sure about catch berms. They sketch me out because the whole point of them is to basically catch you from going straight down the mountain. And what they are is they're usually like kind of berms that tilt back into the mountain so that as you're coming down a steep part and you turn into a berm, it kind of soaks up your speed and prevents you from just like barreling down the side of the mountain. I've only done a few that I felt comfortable with. There's a couple other places that I've ridden, like in my Cat Mountain video, where there's a catch berm and it's at the end of a steep part, and I just got off and walked just because they're, I mean, if you're coming in hot to them, hey, Josh, thanks for the $5, man. I highly appreciate it. Yeah, catch berms they're a little scary, a little different than normal berms that help you traverse the hill. So yeah, Matt, my panels are uneven. I know they're backwards, and that last row over here is all like gray panels, but the rest are blue and black. I'll fix it someday, but in the meantime, it helps take out some of the echo. So yeah, that's my video on Thursday. It'll be my first weekly one. I'm putting a bunch of time into it. I just filmed it this weekend, but I'm spending a bunch of time editing it, trying, it'll be usually I'm amused during the filming of it or the editing of it, then I think that probably other people will too. Let me scroll down, make sure. Go. All right, I am at the bottom. Man, I'm stoked to have Super Chat back. I completely forgot about that. And even in the last live stream, after I got monetized again, I didn't know that I had to toggle it back on. So what else do I got going on? As you can see, I've been in, how long has it been? 20 minutes since the stream started, and I'm starting to sweat my balls off because it is 100 and some degrees. If you're just tuning in, I called this live stream because I hit 3,000, as well as I'm changing things up. I'm going to go to one video a week, making sure that those are really dialed. The main thing is that, I appreciate my community. I don't want to put out any content that I feel like, not that it's half-assed. I just don't want to feel rushed on putting out good, like, stuff that I think people would enjoy. Hey, Matt, thanks again. Go put your kid to bed. Mine should be being put to bed right now. Should be passing out. Dude, Josh, I do need a box fan in this garage. I was looking for a box fan that is, I know they have some fans that are silent. If anybody is aware of a really good deal on a very quiet fan that still moves air around, I will go out and get it today. Oh, another thing that I'm doing now is I'm going to send it out to some of the homies and to some of my top patrons. I'm going to send out sticker and button packs. I've had Patreon going for quite a bit, and it's going pretty well. There's a bunch of you in here already. The one thing that I think has been going on lately is I started my Patreon, and I'm not like a big channel by any means. But what's happening is all my my real OG subscribers that have been commenting on every video since day one. We all now talk on Patreon, and so Google sees that and thinks that I must have screwed up somehow to lose my diehards, but they don't know that I'm just taking it off platform. So I've noticed a little bit of growth slowing too. So I think that me focusing on one video a week will actually help that. It'll help my quality and get outside of my immediate community or like friends of friends. So I want to see how that plays out. Hey Chris, cheers. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you around. I'm sure I'll see you shortly. So what else do I got going on? Oh, in 2 to 3 weeks, I am going to take a little family vacation. And I'm going to do a little double duty and try to knock out some riding on that vacation. I'm going to go to Colorado and visit my in-laws, basically. And then besides that, I'm just going to try to, my wife and I have to nail out the plans and figure out where we're going to go, but there's so many cool things to do in Colorado, and there's so much beautiful scenery. We just want to go visit some things and do some fun stuff. We might go, there's some sand dunes. I forget what it is. You guys probably know. It's not white sands. It's something like Sand Dune National Park. Actually, I have an idea. I'm gonna try to bring in some bona friends on this. So yeah, it's this Sand Dune National Park. It's really weird because it's in the middle of it's in the middle of the Rockies, basically, or just like west of the Front Range. And there is just these giant sand dunes that people will ride down. Hey, Charlotte, how's it going? Welcome. I also, like Bill Truitt said, I want to go to Trestle. Winter Park isn't that far from Denver. Dude, there's so many places in Colorado. I know I'm not going to hit them all on this trip. I definitely want to go to Boulder and ride Valmont. I'm going to try to bring Joseph's dirt jumper because I want to play around that. So I kind of want to bring that, especially if I'm going to somewhere like Valmont or another like dirt jump bike park. I would love to go to Keystone. I've heard great things, that it's steep and gnarly and fun. Oh, Josh, you're going to Eagle and Vale, man. So when I think I'm going to be there like the first week of August or second week. My wife is switching jobs right now. She's getting into a different position with another company, and so she has like a little 2-week break. And we have like 2 weeks, a 2-week break between the time that she leaves and the time that my son goes into first grade. So we're going to use that time and go travel a little bit. It's been a really long summer and grueling summer, and just now it's starting to heat up a lot, and it'll be nice to get out of state and go somewhere cooler. Yeah, Bill, I've heard that. I've heard that there's the Alpine slide there. The one place that I do want to go stop at 2 other places on the way in range before we head home. I do want to stop at Salida. The last time I rode the Monarch Crest was 4 summers ago, and it was possibly the best bike ride I've ever done. Most scenic, beautiful bike ride. I'd love to do that again. I'll have my family with me this time, so I don't think that I'll go the whole way, like do the whole like 30 some miles or whatever. What I think I might do is just hit up Monarch Crest and bomb down Fooses, which I heard is awesome, gnarly, and steep. And then I want to go hit up some of the trails on the S side of the mountain. I know that there's some awesome trails over there. And plus, Salida is just a really cool town. I stayed in an Airbnb there whenever that was, 4 or 5 years ago, and the town is really cool. Ironically, I had some of the best tacos I've ever eaten in Salida, Colorado, instead of in Texas. I know that's sacrilege. Yeah, Nick, man, I kind of like road trips. I got this new car. I got the new bike rack. I have a ton of vacations stored up. It's a really good time for the family to go. I don't mind road trips. I don't really care much for driving, but I do like the scenery, and Colorado's got some of the best. Grateful Hiker, I should do a subscriber ride to celebrate you. I promise to drive all the way to Mount Gretna to meet up. See, Grateful Hiker, I live in Texas now. I did grow up in Pennsylvania, and I rode, there's this place called Pumping Station. I'm sure you're familiar with that if you live around there, and Mount Gretna and Middle Creek and a bunch of other places. In Redding, I know that there's a really cool place to ride. I forget, maybe it's like Berkshire Mountain or something like that. But yeah, so unfortunately, I live in Texas now. I think I might do another subscriber meetup soon, or I might have people come out and do a ride with another group, kind of like protect myself from a little liability. I always worry about that stuff because, if I'm leading a group ride, I'm always worried that someone will get hurt on my watch. And that's like my biggest fear with doing a group ride is I don't want people to come out and to have a good time and get hurt or get seriously hurt, even worse. So I will do a group ride soon. Oh, Alejandro, your brother's in Salida. You may be able to put you in contact with him if you'd like. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love to get over the mountain with the S on. I know that there's some great stuff up there, and there's like some sort of like, I've seen other videos that might have been on Alex's videos where there's like a creek and there's like basically like a roller coaster that goes back and forth. It looks sick too. I'd love to ride that. And then after Salida, I think I want to go to Crested Butte, but of course, all this is up in the air because my wife and I have to figure out where we're going to go and when. I've heard Crested Butte is amazing. The aspen trees are there. It looks beautiful, and I know that there's a lot of spectacular like backcountry trail there. So I'd love to hit that up. But like I said, we still have to come up with an itinerary. Another thing that I kind of want to explore while I'm up there on this trip, and especially since I'll be with my family, and especially since I'm gonna, move more towards like kind of like a vlog style or more like experiential rather than like, hi, I'm going down this trail. Here's a clip, here's a clip, here's a clip with some voiceovers or whatever. I kind of want to focus on that and bring my family into it, make sightseeing a part of it, because I think you go to all these events on them or near them, besides trail. Like trail isn't part of the experience is trail and riding your bike, right? That's why people go on these trips. But there's also like all the meals. There's also cultural experiences. There's also other scenery besides just what's on either side of the single track. So I kind of want to share that stuff. I'm privileged enough at this point in my life that when I travel, I can do, or that I can travel. When I was in my early 20s, fresh out of college, I was in some crazy credit card and student loan debt, and it took me a little while to dig out of it. And now I am actually able to travel here in my late 30s. So I highly recommend anyone that is able to travel. And I've heard like Brian and a bunch of other people have said this before, and I completely agree. Go when you're able, and there's nothing really stopping you from traveling if there's no like financial barrier for you. You want to go and experience all these places if you're constantly saving for retirement and planning for, oh, I'll do it when I'm, after I have kids, or after I get to a certain level in my career, or after I retire, after my kids go off to college, or whatever you're setting those goals, those walls of I'm not going to travel until this happens. When you get there, you might not be, your body might not be at a place where you can travel and do outdoors things or experience, go on long hikes, walk around cities. So I encourage you to do it as soon as you're able to, and those are memories that'll last for the rest of your life. Nick, what rack did you get? I'm curious. I haven't really talked about my new rack. There might be something in the works there that I'll share with everyone. So yeah, that trip will be in August, and then after that, I'm not really sure. I know that I definitely will be helping more with this Spider Mountain project. Nick, one up. It's a great company. They make awesome looking racks. Yeah, I know that I'll be helping out with Spider Mountain a lot more. I'm really excited to see what that does to that area. There's a bunch of things in that area like that are tourist wise, but I feel like having a ski lift, like a lift access bike park in kind of the middle of rural Texas would really change that area's economy. I'm not going to really tell where it's at. You got a new Recon rack, Josh. Oh, it's awesome. It's a North Shore rack. Awesome. I do want to come up there, Josh, and meet up with you. Ever since that, what was that bike park called Midlothian? Texplex. Ever since Texplex closed, I've been a little bummed and a little hesitant to come up there. But I know that you guys have North Shore, and you're only like 6 hours away from Bentonville. Bentonville is on my bucket list, and there's new things in northwestern Arkansas, new trail systems and new trails put in almost daily, I bet. So I do want to go up there. Man, it is hot out. We're 33 minutes in. I've drank less than half a beer, and I'm sweating my butt off. So I think I covered everything that I wanted to talk about tonight. Josh. Yeah. 5 hours from Bentonville. Okay, cool. Yeah, Texplex, I was a little bummed. I don't know. Maybe there's just not that much money in mountain biking, but there will be for Spider Mountain, I bet. Oh yeah, if anyone is curious to kind of see what Spider Mountain is going to be like, I've been talking about it a lot this live stream. But go check out a video that I did, I think it was last Friday, called Angel's Plunge. It has a lot of like plungy, swoopy. It's a trail in Angel Fire, at Angel Fire Bike Park. I feel like the trail that we're building and the trail that I've ridden there kind of feels like that trail. So if you're curious. What's up, Kona? Long time no see, man. We got to get together and ride soon. Maximos, you rode Hot Springs, Arkansas at Cedar Glades. Yeah, Hot Springs, Arkansas. I know that during the Southern Enduro Tour, a bunch of my friends came up and after one of the races stopped at the Hot Springs and chilled, sat in them. They said it was awesome. Maximos, how many lines will there be at Spider Mountain? I don't know. I do know that there is going to be a race there, I think before this winter. So I don't have any idea of schedule for the lift and when that's going to be put in or anything. I don't know. I'm not that deep in the network yet, but I do know that there's going to be enough there for a race sometime late fall, early winter. So I would have to imagine at least 5 or 6 runs. I know that right now there is a green run that kind of traverses, goes around the mountain. It's a little pedally. And I know there's that blue one. There's a double black that they're building. And I think there's going to be like 2 or 3 more at least. So more like Devil's Death. Josh, what's that mean? Devil's Death Pits? Is that in reference to catch berms? Oh yeah, Kona, you did move up. You moved up a little north. I know that you're really excited to ride around that 26-mile epic up by your new place. So maybe we'll do that sometime soon. I'm down for some punishment, but I think that we should probably wait until like September, October at least, because it is hot outside. Oh, Angel's Plunge, Josh, you didn't. I'm actually really surprised that you didn't like it. Like I know that so it's called like they call it moon dust. It's literally just like in snow it's referred to as powder, but in the dirt in mountain bike trails it's like moon dust. It's really thick and dusty. And Angel's Plunge was pretty loose, but I actually liked it. There are certain trails that I did at Angel Fire that I was like, okay, well, I'm glad I did that and checked it off my list. And that kind of was one of them, but I still think it was fun. Josh, I'm curious to know if you rode Da Vinci's Code or if it was open while you were there. I also think Angel's Plunge is supposedly one of the older trails at Angel Fire. I think it was, I don't know. I do like how there's it's chunky at the top, and then once you get down into it, it just turns into like that really thick dust. Kind of changes it up. Josh, get at me about Da Vinci's Code. I'm curious to see what you thought about that, because that trail, I'm gonna make a video about that one for sure. I liked it. It had some big toilet bowl berms, and I love that stuff. I love just like pushing your bike into a berm and leaning back and letting it shoot you out the end of it. Having trouble manualing my Genius with a 25mm bar. Would going up to 38mm riser help? Oh, Maximus, getting in a bike geometry is... Well, I can barely ride my bike, if I'm being honest. I do know... So the one thing that I noticed with... Because I had flat bars before. I had a 35mm stem. Actually, I'll just roll my bike over. It'll be easier to show you what's going on. All right. I don't know how I'm going to do this to show you. Oh, I guess I could probably tilt the camera down. That would help. So yeah, Maximus, I don't know if that helped you at all. I know what I like. Every rider's different. I obviously have a unique body geometry that I need to accommodate. So I don't know if that helps at all. Oh, Josh, so you did like Da Vinci's Code more than Angel's Plunge. You glazed your brakes over. So the one thing that I didn't do that I wish I did is I still had organic pads on. I didn't switch to centered. And when I brakes a bunch, I still brake check, and I can say it basically in every Angel Fire video. But I wish that I had switched to centered, because there were several times during that trip where I thought that I was going to catch my shorts on fire. Like, I smelled burning, and it was the pads, my organic pads. So Bill, Trestle has awesome berms. You know what, Bill? I've also heard that Trestle has some really good smooth flowy trails. I just watched someone's a video. It was like a random video that I found on the MTV subreddit like this week, a couple days ago, and so it's already like a couple weeks into the season there at least, and those trails did not have brake bumps on. So Trestle is definitely high up on my list, especially if I can go there and ride some fast swoopy blues that don't have brake bumps. And Josh, yeah, you know that I love roller coasters. I love big turns on the mountain. I love flowy stuff. I like chunk too, but I really love the speed of flowy trails. MTB Kevin, can't wait to ride Spider Mountain, dude. This video that I'm dropping Thursday about Spider Mountain. It's one of like the I'm most excited about this video than I have been for any videos in recent memory. I'm super excited for it. Mountain bike advice, man. Dude, I appreciate it so much. Man, 2 tent spots. Hey, let me know if you did that by accident, because that's, $20. This is a decent chunk of change. And if you accidentally did, I'll make it up to you. I think I can. I'm not sure if I can refund it if it was an accident or not, but I really, really appreciate that. It helps out a lot. Helps me keep buying. I've got some videos in the works that I think you guys are gonna like. I don't want to divulge too much into it, but sometimes making a video means that I have to buy some funny things online. So that's all I'm gonna say. James, you're going to Trestle on Sunday for the first time. You'll let me know, dude. So James, Jeff Rides, definitely subscribe to him if you haven't already. James, you live in the Denver area, I think, but he has great Colorado videos. I definitely want to meet up with him when I come up to Colorado in another 2 to 3 weeks. I definitely want to meet up with my boy Trail Features, RIP, former Texas native. Well, I guess he was never a native. Former Texan, now Coloradian. I don't know how you say that. I want to meet up with Outdoor Gold, if you guys are familiar with him. RC, you got to check out his channel. Hey, James, can you link some Colorado homies, some channels in the chat? It would be cool to. I want to send some traffic their way. Link Tagalong too. That dude is gnarly. He's such a good. I know he's focused on racing right now instead of putting out like YouTube videos. That dude is fast. So Bill, that's good to know that Trestle has tons of flowy jump trails. I would have to say that I think my favorite trail at Angel Fire was Boulder Dash, just because, dude, it's just a long, flowy jump trail that you can carry speed, and I love that. That's what really got me excited about going to bike parks, and really got me excited about Joseph leaving his dirt jumper here. Is I love that. I love spending time in the air, and I'm slowly getting better at not crashing. Oh, thanks, Mountain Bike Advice. I appreciate it. Definitely check out Mountain Bike Advice's channel. I think I need to mod you, actually. Great guy. He's always giving me encouragement. You know, that it means a lot when you know you spend a lot of hard work on the channel, and it's like a labor of love, and then people mention how, you know, tell you that you're doing a great job, or that you've motivated them, or that you've inspired them to go out and ride someplace new. You know, that's why we do it. So Mountain Bike Advice has echoed a sentiment, something like that in the past. So I appreciate him. So yeah, James, I'm excited. Hopefully, knock on wood. I know hopefully we don't have any tire fiascos like you did in your one recent video. Blue Trail Angel Fire is a black trail at Trestle. Interesting. Huh. I would have thought that it might be the other way around. Oh, Josh, are you doing Party at Paha? I'm curious to know, because I was hanging out with when I was at Spider Mountain the other day when we were building. It was with Jeremiah Work. He runs Team Trail Party, and he is also doing that Party in Paja mountain bike race. It's a lift access enduro. It is in Pajarito, New Mexico. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it, but it sounds really awesome. So, and I'm trying to talk to, I think Sid and Mackie might be there. They might be out of the country. I just talked to them about it. I know that they've been to Pajarito. If your new bike comes in, you're hoping to. Awesome. Oh, you didn't tell me what bike you got. So I think you had a Stumpy before, maybe, or a Specialized Enduro. I know you had a Specialized for sure. So Maximus, when will the next Patreon group ride be? So I don't have enough patrons. I don't feel like to do a Patreon group ride, but I probably will do a sub group ride. I talked about that a little bit ago. I'm probably going to have to do it in, I mean, there's a reason why, like, you know, a lot of YouTubers do group rides with, you know, like a tour company or whatever. And it's because liability is a scary thing. And none of us ever wants to have our subscribers get hurt kind of like on our watch or while we're leading. It's a lot more comfortable for us to let someone who is has intimate knowledge of all the trails to lead a group ride, and for us just to hang out and, you know, and shoot the shit with you guys and just hang out. So Tony, 4 Altos, congrats, man. I've been watching a while. Tried Walnut Creek for the first time recently, had a blast. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Walnut's right in my backyard. It's right near my work as well, and I'm excited for it to cool down and for me to start getting out there. I used to do lunch rides there when it's cool. So awesome, man. I'm glad to have you on board, and I'm super stoked that, you know, you went out and tried a trail that I've ridden a million times because of my channel. That's really helpful. Yes, JF. James, thank you. I totally forgot about the homie Crashing Dad. He's in range a little bit, so it's really easy to forget about him. But I'm hopefully also going to be meeting up with Shane, Crashing Dad, while I'm up there in a few weeks. Stumpy, no way. You're getting a Pole Evo link. That's awesome. I'm going to have to tell Ryan, Lone Ranger, that you're buying an Evo link. You guys are both tall dudes, and that bike has an insanely long wheelbase. Like, I think it barely fits on a one-up rack. So that's crazy. Yeah, you're too tall to be messing with anything smaller. Yeah, I'm curious to see how you're definitely going to be able to track stand like a champ on the Evo link. James, thanks. Tag along. If you guys don't know, he's a really gnarly rider from Colorado who's an enduro racer. Check him out. What's up, Robert? Thanks for tuning in, man. Ryan's here. You heard someone typing Evo Link 140 into their phone. Yeah, so my buddy Josh that lives in Dallas, I actually crashed with him. I actually crashed with him at the Camp Eagle race. he's buying a Pole Evo link, and I'm betting it's because he saw yours. And also, Josh, expect lots of pole jokes because, I mean, come on. Thanks, Ryan. Todd, good to see you. Thanks. Your third birthday. Supposed to be here in August. Dad Bod Biker, what's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, come back next time. I'm more than a week behind after relaxing at the beach. Man, you know, if you're just dropping in, there's a couple things. First, I want to thank subscribed to me recently. If you would ask me, I just passed a year of doing this channel, and if you would ask me a year ago if I would have 3,000, if I thought I would have 3,000 subscribers, like I would have been happy to have 1,000. I would have been happy to have like a couple hundred subscribers. I didn't expect it to blow up like this. So I'm super happy about that. Also, the other things that I mentioned were that I'm going to be going back to one video a week. I want to raise the bar, put out some really awesome stuff, really focus on editing and telling a really good story. And when I'm working full time and doing family stuff and taking care of the house and all of that, it's really hard to do that. So if I dial it back to once a week, I think I can put out some really good videos that I'm really proud of and hopefully entertain a lot of people. And I think that's really important. It's funny that Ryan's in here, but I think that's one thing that Ryan's really good at, is that he's really good at telling a story. I love that he's been involving his family in his channel lately. And I think that, and I mentioned this earlier in this stream, that doing more than just POV and actually showcasing a location as a whole besides just the trail that lives there really helps people get into the sport. And so I want to focus on that. Jessica Terry, welcome. James, who is riding pole? That will be Josh. Josh Saunders. Oh man, biker, make sure that you're just listening and driving and not watching. James, YouTube life is not easy. Make that quality stuff. Yeah, man, I really want to, and that's one reason that I'm so thankful for everybody that's checked me out thus far, is that, let's be honest, my videos are like mediocre, right? Like I have fun recording it. I'm still learning how to edit as much as I am learning how to ride a bike. So it's really important. Bill Truitt, you nailed it, dude. Quality is more important than quality. Yeah, all the YouTubers are in here. It is a party. Any of you can feel free to actually hop in. I'm not sure. I think I put it in there. I'm not sure if you guys can hop in. I put it in the Slack. Jessica Terry, I cannot talk about where Spider Mountain is located yet. If you reach out to Team Trail Party on Instagram, they are the ones that are building all of that. And they have people out there every weekend doing that. So if you follow Team Trail Party on Instagram and send them a DM, I'm sure that they would be more than happy to have you out there. Like I said, this weekend, it was 108 degrees when I got in my car. My car said 120. It was disgustingly hot. So I'm sure that they would love all the help that they can get, kind of make those dig days shorter and get this place ready to open. Hello from Utah. Have you taken out your jumper? I have not, dude. I'm so excited for it. Basically, I have like my next 2 weekends planned for like going out. I'm trying to only go and do like one good solid weekend ride and film that, and then focus on like family hangout time. So I need to soon. I actually met this dude through Seth's Bike Hacks, actually, when he was here. His name is Scott Smith, and he is a gnarly BMX rider. So I'm planning on meeting up with him soon and filming with the dirt jumper. Hopefully he can give me some pointers, because I've never ridden a full rigid bike, I don't think, other than a road bike that I had a long time ago. And I certainly didn't take a road bike off to any dirt jumps. So Can we bring back the flashbacks cutaways though? Yeah, you know, that was one thing that I really had fun throwing in there. I have such a weird sense of humor and a snarky personality that I love putting in those little like movie clips. But when I got demonetized and they raised the bar on that stuff, and then I started like getting worried about whether that was going to prevent me from getting back into the partner program, I kind of stopped doing that. But I do miss putting in movie clips. We'll see. I might try to pepper them in sparsely and see if I can get away with it. Yeah, Jessica, exactly. The more help, the better. So Ryan, I'm surprised. Have you ever ridden a dirt jumper before? I'm super curious. I've ridden. I mean, you were here at Walnut Creek when we went on those in the BMX park, and you had your EvoLink, it's super long bike, and I know that those always feel weird on BMX jumps. I've just ridden Joseph's around my cul-de-sac basically so far, and it feels good. It definitely feels really different. Obviously, it's way shorter than my high tower as far as the wheelbase is concerned, and the geometry is obviously different. And jumping off the corner of my driveway is a little more jarring than on a full squish, that's for sure. Well, Ryan, I think I know they're doing the U tour, but I'll have to check with Joseph and see if maybe we can coordinate something with his dirt jumper. Now, I don't know about that, but yeah, I'm excited to see how it feels. I also have a big concrete skate park near me that people take. Actually, they take like full squish bikes to and mess around. I've seen these like high school kids making these YouTube videos recently at there. And so I want to take it there and see how that's. But there's lots of dirt jumps around here. There's like 9th Street. There's Walnut Creek. There's a couple other like off the radar places that would be great to take a bike to. One side, just learn the basics. The main thing is I want to go to a pump track and just really learn how to pump my bike, because I feel like doing dirt jumps and learning how to ride a full rigid on a pump track, all that stuff directly translates to trail riding. I'm sure that once I get good at that stuff, and I know that dirt riding in a BMX park or on a pump track really takes a lot more energy out of you than if you were like on a normal trail ride. Like, you know, I can imagine that it would take 3 times as much energy, because every action that you have while you're riding, it would be more like when you skateboard session. You're not skateboarding like for 25 minutes straight. You're doing a run and then you're stopping and waiting. I'm sure that dirt jump riding is like that. I don't know. I guess I'll find out. Thanks, Mountain Bike Advice. Yeah, I certainly hope to keep growing this channel. Cheers. Thank you again for that super chat, Mountain Bike Advice. I'll bump into you soon. Yeah, Jessica, you're more than welcome here anytime. I know I've been riding with this guy, Nate. You might know him actually, because he's either from Waco or he's been to Waco a bunch. But Nathan Middleton, he's ridden. Oh, hey, buddy. He's ridden the Cameron Park a bunch. But he just got into BMX riding. Do you wanna pop over here? You wanna come say hi? Hi. Here's my mini me. He's a little bashful, so he's gonna run away. Good night, buddy. Good night. Ryan, Canada this year. So yeah, Ryan, that was one of the things I was talking about, is that I want to travel a bunch. I'd love to bring my family with me. You probably missed it earlier, but I was talking about my wife's going to start a new job, and that's giving me like a 2-week, like I think it's like 11-day break between when she finishes her job and my kid has to be in school. So we're going to use that time and go to Colorado and see my family. My grandparents live there, and my in-laws, and meet up with a couple guys like Shane and James and RC and Joseph and a bunch of other YouTubers. So Canada is not off my radar by any means, and it's just going to take me talking to the wife a bunch and seeing, you know, really it's funny because like me selling a vacation destination is much like me selling Austin to like any of our other YouTube friends like Brian or whoever. Like Brian always says, send me an itinerary and show me what's available, or that, you know, we can do a bunch of stuff there and I'm game. And so I feel like with my wife, when we plan vacations, it's the same thing. Like if I say, hey, we can go here and there, and it's not just going to be me ditching, going off and riding on my bike, then I feel like then that's the sell. I'd love to tell you in a couple of new enduro lines at Flat Rock. Base. And I love Flat Rock. I love Black Sheep. I like a lot of those trails. And when I rode them in the race, I rode almost all of them blind. So I'd love to go back and session them. And especially Black Sheep, because it's like the machine built one. And I know that I can just out a lot of those jumps that I couldn't weeks ago. What's up, James?
Hey, oh my goodness.
And I love Flat Rock. I love Black Sheep. I like a lot of those trails. And when I rode them in the race, I would almost... I hear myself through your computer. I'd love to go back and session them. What's up, buddy? I did see that. My son. I don't know. It's not going to make sense to anybody. But we showed my son, I don't know if it was poor judgment or not, but we showed my son Stuart from Mad TV, if you remember that one. And he always jokes around about his goo-goo, and so my son thought that was hilarious. So that's why he's always saying goo-goo now. Josh, I'd totally be down for Whistler in 2019. But once again, I want to be able to sell the wife or be able to clear it so that I can tuck out and just go with the dudes. Be there tomorrow for a free ride. Maximos, I can't because I work full time, unfortunately. So I can't. I wish I could. There's also, if you guys know MTV Drop-In, he lives in San Antonio now, and I've been meaning to meet up with him for like over a month now, and I need to go down and ride. So maybe I'll try to get him out to Flat Rock and we'll go ride it. So you're saying there's a chance? Yes, I'm definitely saying there's a chance. One is called Speed and another is called MB2. Dude, yeah, Maximos, I will definitely hit you up when I come back to Flat Rock, which I'm hoping will be soon. I also really want to, Bandera Bike Park is open now, and I really want to go out there. Yeah, he's pretty funny. My son is I'll tell you, let me think of a good story about my son that I can tell that's PG enough, or that I can tell without him finding it on the internet 20 years later and being really embarrassed. Josh Sullivan. Well, you know, you know, mountain biking is a pretty addictive sport, as I'm sure most of you know. And it really is like, you know, Josh, I know that you and your wife are living that dink life, double income, no kids. But once you start having kids, it gets a little tougher to just cut out and go do stuff, as I'm sure, you know, Lone Ranger, Jessica Terry, a bunch of other people in here, Daily Mountain Bike Rider, I know, has a kid. So it's tough. And so you never want to, like, it's hard for me. Like, even when I went to, when I went to New Mexico or when I went to North Carolina, like, it's weird being away from them for a couple of days. Yeah, it's Jessica. That's exactly it, right? So, like, my wife really does like to go hiking, and she likes being outdoors, and she's really into like geology and like rocks and stuff. So yeah, I try to make sure that that's part of it whenever if we're doing a vacation that's like outdoors like that, and not the beach, which I also love the beach. Sometimes it's hard to decide whether you're going to go to like a beach destination or to a woods destination. I love being in the ocean. Five surfer go. Oh, now I get it. Now I get it. It took me a second to make that connection. So James, are you in here?
So Eric, hopefully I'm not totally destroying your live feed, but I was having some technical issues. How does it sound?
Pretty good. Pretty good. It was flickering for a little bit, but it sounds all right.
Cool. So we're really looking forward to having you out here in Colorado, man. So let's hear some details about your Colorado trip.
All right. Yeah, I covered it a little bit earlier, just like some of the locations. But I'm definitely, during this trip, we want to spend, my in-laws are in Colorado Springs, so we definitely want to spend a day or two there. It would be cool to meet up with some of you guys down there, just because I've been there and ridden there a bunch, and I know a lot of like some of the top trails. I also met a bunch of people from Springs when I did the Southern Enduro Tour. There's a bike shop there called, I think it's called Bicycle Experience, if that sounds familiar. And a bunch of them racing, a bunch of the enduro racers that are on that shop's team live there. So I'm sure that I'll be in the know for like all the great stuff down there. So it would be cool to ride there. Like I said, my grandparents live in Aurora, so we'll definitely be up there for a day or two to hang out with them. And then I don't know, you're from around there, is that right?
So yeah, I'm basically Denver. So if you're in Aurora, I mean, one of the places you might want to check out is Ruby Hill Bike Park. And I mean, you're a bike park guy, so from what I was understanding, I mean, I think you would love that. Tons of technical features, a lot of great runs, from anywhere from beginner to like expert. Awesome. And that's kind of close to Aurora, dude. You might get a kick out of those trails.
Sweet. Yeah. And I mean, Valmont, like I met this guy who races for Fuji, Jimmy Smith. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He's a disgustingly good rider. But he was just at Valmont the other day and put up some Instagram stories. And I was like, man, that place looks incredible. I'd love to hit that up on this trip.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't hit Valmont, yeah, put it on your list, man. Make it happen. It's worth it. It's a great place. It's got tons of terrain, dude. I mean, you'd have a blast.
Cool, yeah. And I think that's where, like, was it Alex and Seth were there the last time they came to Colorado?
Yep. I mean, I think anybody that makes a stop in Boulder, that is the routine. And yeah, that's a staple. You have to hit Belmont. So yeah, if you haven't, Eric, I mean, dude, totally dude. I'd meet up with you anytime you want to ride there, man. It'd be awesome.
Great. So like, yeah, so Springs, Denver. I'd love to go in range. I want to take the family to Salida, and I think you've been there before, right?
Totally. Yeah, Salida, Buena Vista. I mean, all of that is. If you haven't been, dude, yeah, make it happen this time around. Let's hit up Salida. I'll totally make myself available. I can kind of tour guide. I've only done limited amounts of slider riding, but I mean, trail forks, things like that. We'll figure it out. We have a great time.
And RC has been to Salida a bunch too, hasn't he? I know he's into that fishing thing. So
yeah, I mean, if RC hasn't done it riding a mountain bike, he's definitely done it when he was doing like firefighting down there. So I know he was stationed out in that part of the neighborhood. So that guy's probably he's a resource. I mean, you can ask him about anything. I mean, like any sort of like rock feature, he can tell you what it was made out of, like where it came from. Yeah. Anyway, he's a good dude. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'd love to meet up with him. But yeah, I'd love to do Monarch Crest again just because it's been so long. The last time I rode Monarch Crest was in 2014. I didn't have a gimbal. I had a GoPro attached to my handlebars. And I actually did have a GoPro chesty, but I didn't have the camera attached right. So I got
I have no excuses. The last time I rode Monarch Crest was in 2008, dude.
Dude, it's amazing though, isn't it?
Oh, it was probably one of the most epic days I've ever had on a mountain bike. Yeah, so if that's not a family thing, if that's open to anybody coming along, I'd totally meet up with you down there too and ride that. It's a great trail.
And I'd really love to hit Fuses. I don't know if you've hit that. It's like goes off to the left, and it's supposedly like a really great. It's like downhill basically. There's not a whole lot of traversing, but I don't know. I could be wrong. That's just what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, from what I remember back that far, yeah, it was. And listen, anything that you ride out there in that Monarch Crest area, I mean, is just. I hate to like overuse the word epic, but I think that was actually one of the original IMBA epic trails.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're getting like alpine views, uphill, downhill. You're getting it all on a day. I mean, literally, I think the last time I rode it, we started off with like, 80-degree weather. We ended up with rain, and it turned into sleet, it turned into snow. And by the time we were hitting the drop and back down, it was like 90 degrees again. It was just the most epic day on the bike.
Yeah, I remember being absolutely like floored and stoked that we came up to this one section. I remember it was August 8th or August 4th, 2014. So it was like well into halfway over the summer. And I remember coming up to this one spot above the tree line, and off to the left was like this big cliff, and there was like a giant mound of snow in August. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there is no, you will see something spectacular on that ride. You will have probably the best. If you guys haven't ridden Monarch Crest, if you come to Colorado, that is like the all-time place that you probably have to go. I mean, it's iconic. You're going to get everything from alpine to, low valley, uphill, downhill, technical, smooth, flowy. And it's amazing, dude. So if you figure it out, like which days you want to do it, Eric, I'm totally on board, dude. Just let me know.
Awesome. Oh, hey, Ryan, before you leave, thanks so much. If and when you come back to Austin, I will let you talk me into doing all kinds of stupid stuff this time. I've gotten a lot. Yeah, I'm glad that you've noticed that I've gotten a lot better with jumping and stuff. And at Wedding Anniversary Bike Trip, I've been enjoying your series about all the 8 places that you're going or whatever. I'm not sure if this is one of them, but that's been super awesome to watch. So thanks for tuning in. James, have you ever been to Crested Butte?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm still here. What was that?
Have you ever been to Crested Butte?
So I've never ridden in Crested Butte. I am familiar with like trails like the 401 and things like that are just totally iconic to that area. I'm actually going to be down there next month for outer bike.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, if you want to try to ride down there earlier, I mean, I'd be totally open to that too. I mean, those are, another great. All these trails that you're mentioning are just like, I mean, dream trips for a lot of people. But I mean, I live here in Colorado, so they're in my backyard. So yeah, I will totally be available, dude.
And it's so crazy that you can do a lot of these bucket list trails, and they're all within I think they're all within 2 hours of each other. That's so crazy.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I think so. From Denver, I think Buena Vista is probably kind of closer to 3.5 hour drive, kind of depending on traffic. But I mean, once you're in that area like Salida, you're kind of lacing them all together. So Buena Vista. I don't know if you plan on going up to the Grand Junction area, but again, that's like another couple hours. So
yeah,
it's like, how do you piece that together? What's going to be your ultimate goal and, for your trip? But yeah, I mean, everything you've named off is it's going to be amazing.
Oh, I want to do, so the plan is just to go up the range, right? Go up the east side of the range and then maybe tuck in.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever been to, have you been to the Royal Gorge in Canyon City?
So Canyon City is kind of like Oil Well Flats. I've ridden out there. It's a smaller loop, and I can't remember the mileage. I think I will say, and somebody can fact check me, but I think it's 10-mile loop. It's a lot of.
You can ride every trail because I looked at it today actually when I was. I have a spreadsheet of places that I want to hit in Colorado, and it's 15 to 18 miles if you ride every trail in Oil Well Flats.
Yeah, it's a small little network of trails, but the scenery is just amazing, dude. I mean, you're kind of getting that desert, but not quite desert feel out there. And I mean, they built the trails around technical features, and so you're gonna get that even amount of climbing and downhill and technical, and just it's something you can do in a day and have a lot of fun. So yeah,
professional Kyle is another guy that I'd like to meet up with and ride. So
totally.
Gotta make sure that we get him on board.
I don't know if Kyle will be up for it. He actually just broke his collarbone about maybe a month ago.
What?
Yeah, doing an enduro race. Go figure, right? So yeah, he totally destroyed his collarbone, broke it.
Wait, was it the one at Keystone like 2 weeks ago?
No, it wasn't Keystone. I honestly, I want to say it was a Grand Junction set of trails that he was riding, and I don't remember, so I apologize. But yeah, he totally destroyed his collarbone. That guy can ride.
Yeah, I watched. You know, who was it? MT Being Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
He came to Colorado and he was like, "Hey man, you should come out." And I'm like, "Man, I don't know if I can." And then all your guys' videos, and I'm like, "Oh, God, I totally missed out on that one. It looked awesome."
Yeah,
He said, "Put me in, coach." Kyle, I'm curious to see what your recovery is like, because it'll be cool. I'm pretty sure that in 3 weeks, I don't think you're going to be able to come hit some crazy trails, but. And Grand Junction is where Shane lives too, right?
Yeah, so you've got Shane, the Crashing Dad, you got RC from Outdoor Gold, and then you got Kyle from Unprofessional Kyle. All those guys, basically they're neighbors. They live out there in Grand Junction, so they shred NAR daily. Their back trails are the Grand Junction just craziness that they have out there.
Along with he is there too, right?
Yep.
Lunch Loops, yep. Lunch Loops is one I've heard before, and I've always, Shane is amazing because he put out a video recently. He got that. Didn't he get a new hardtail or something?
I think he did, like a Big Wig Ragley, and I think he got that frame from Joseph from Trail Features, actually.
Yep. And I remember seeing him like go off these crazy like 3-4 foot ledges on the hardtail. I was like, it's totally not my bag.
Yeah. So the running joke is that Shane is actually a secret pro in disguise. But I mean, he started off kind of just regular dude. He's a dad. He's got a couple kids, and I think he
started off as a roadie.
I think you're right. I mean, I won't throw him under the bus that big because people do that to me all the time. But yeah, I mean, he does really good in that Big Wig. Yeah, I mean. When I showed up out there about a year ago and I met those guys, like I showed up on like my XC bike and I had no clue what Grand Junction had to offer. And like, 3 and 4 foot drops are kind of like the norm. So like I was, and at that time I wasn't riding that stuff. I was like, yeah, crazy. But I mean, totally. I mean, their skills are getting up there. Those guys ride a lot of stuff.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm super excited to meet up with all of you. Hopefully we can make it happen. And with this trip, I think the real challenge is going to be making sure that, obviously I meet up with you guys and have a bunch of fun, but that I take my family and we do a bunch of stuff. Like, I don't know if you heard me talking earlier, there's some like sand dunes or something that are like, it's like north of the Raton Pass. It's
Maroon Bells, Durango area. You're going to get the great sand dunes down there.
Yeah, that's what it is. Have you ever been there?
Totally. Yeah, me and the wife have been on. We love that place, dude. You guys are gonna have a great time for sure.
Yeah, you can rent like snowboards or like surfboards or something.
I don't know, but that's freaking awesome, dude. I don't think they had that back in like 2006 when we went down there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can make that happen, dude, put that on video. That's internet gold right there.
Awesome.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. Anybody that's just tuning in, I'm gonna try to take this vacation to Colorado, and of course film some like trail riding and stuff. But I'm gonna also try to film some like fun vlog style stuff with the family. Maybe pepper that in. Maybe just like mix it in with whatever trail I'm riding that day. I think that's really important as you travel to places and not only seeing the trails that are out there, but seeing what else that town has to offer. So yeah, I definitely need to watch Kyle's video when it drops of his wreck. That's probably an amazing video. 6 foot. Well, that's as tall as I am. That's insane. Hey, Wesley's here. Wesley is a fellow Texan. He lives around here. He's has also been involved with that Spider Mountain build. Don't worry, Wesley, I haven't given away any sort of location. But my video this Thursday will be about Spider Mountain. But definitely go check out his channel because he has a bunch of footage from there already, and there will be more good things in the future.
Cool.
Hey, what's up, Ash? Welcome to the stream.
So Eric, sorry, I actually have to jump off. I just want to jump on, just to kind of tell you, we're looking forward to hanging with you when you come out to Colorado. Definitely just kind of let us know what your plan is, and we'll all try to meet up. I think you're gonna have a great time. So yeah, dude, let's just send me a message, let me know what's going on, and look forward to hanging with you guys.
Awesome, cool. Yeah, I'll get you a more solid itinerary soon.
All right, man. Well, have a good night. Congrats on the 3K.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much.
Later.
Have
a good night.
There you go, Wesley. Kevin said that Spider Mountain video was the sickest edit he's seen. So that's awesome. I assume that you mean the black and white one. I think it had like Imagine Dragons or somebody in. That video is sick. Wesley, so my Colorado dates, I'm taking the fam. It'll be somewhere between August 3rd and August 11th, 14th, 15th, somewhere around there. So it'll be in the first 2 weeks of August for sure. Jessica, yes, I'm sweating my butt off. And I am pretty drenched in this Sweatlodge. Oh, the wreck was in the video, Kyle. But yeah, I'm curious to see what happened because I know from like seeing you guys, especially like you and Tagalong on that trip with all the other YouTubers, you guys were crushing it. So I'm curious to hear what happens. Oh, you were a Texas resident too? That's cool. Where at? Yeah, Wesley, it kind of like just happened. I was planning on going on a trip at some point soon, and I tossed around the idea of Colorado, and my wife just accepted a new job and put in her 2 weeks or whatever at her other job, and so it just kind of came together. You're bringing me a box fan. Dude, that's the key about the garage is I kind of haven't started to soundproof it. I still have so much more soundproofing to put up. It echoes pretty bad. But whatever fan I get has to be really quiet. And so that's important to me that I have one that's like fairly silent so that, it doesn't sound like, in the background you just hear the whole time while I'm doing a live stream. That would be annoying. Oh, there you go, Wesley. Maximos, another fan of your channel. So he just rebranded his channel for anyone that doesn't know to As the Crow Flies. He does a lot of like family-oriented mountain biking stuff, but I think he's also does like fishing and stuff like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wesley. But he's a member of Team Trail Party. I've been watching his channel. I remember back when I first started filming around this area, the only people that were really filming decent quality trail videos were Wesley, this guy named Cooper Sellers. I'm sure most of the Texas natives around here know him, and Seth, our homie Seth. So yeah, Maximus, I'd love to come out to Fredericksburg. I think that's where Flat Rock is, right? All of those three like Southern Enduro Tour venues are like right around that area. So I'd love to come out there again soon. And I'm like I said earlier, I'm trying to get MTV drop-in. Maybe we can meet up with you, Maximus, at Flat Rock. Wesley, maybe you want to go down there too. I'm sure that some of the other dudes like Kyle and Chris CXK would want to go there too. So what's up, man? Do it to it. You changed your name recently. It used to be something else. All right, so for those of you just turning in, changing things up a little bit. I'm probably going to get out of here soon because I'm sweating my balls off. I'm going to change my release schedule. Instead of doing a Tuesday, Friday, I'm going to up the quality of my editing. I'm going to make sure that I really focus on putting a really good cohesive story that's really interesting and fun to watch, and something that will be hopefully really interesting for people that outside of the type of riding that we do, or even outside of mountain biking in general, because it's cool to see new converts. I mean, how many times I've met a few people that have, said that, my videos, they've seen my videos or seen Seth's or Brian's or Alex or any of like the really big YouTubers, seen their videos, and that's what got them into mountain biking. And that is awesome. That is seeing the sport grow, especially here in Texas, where we don't have a lot of elevation, but we have really sick trail builders, and we have a bunch of really sick riders and 2 different enduro tours that come through here. So that's what it's about, is growing the sport, and as well as showcasing trails. So yeah, there's that. I got the Colorado trip coming up. I have some, I think I got some buttons, some stickers, some merch. I'm going to start packing up some packages to send to my Patreon top tier. So people, Jessica Terry, I know that you're in that, and I don't know if there's some of the other guys that were in here earlier are in that tier. So I'm going to send out some packages, as well as sending out some packages to some of the other homies. Yeah, so Ash, I'm glad you asked, because I do have merch. I also have a Teespring store. I will put it will be a link in this video, and there are like 2 different t-shirts and a hoodie design in there that have my like standard tuck and roll armadillo design. So Jessica, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I'll definitely do some more group rides, and I'll let all of you know when those are going to be. Let's see, what else I got going on. The Colorado trip and me sweating my butt off. Those are the main highlights of this video so far. So again, and I hit 3,000. I've been YouTubing for just about a year now, and I hit 3,000, and so I'm very, very appreciative. As the crow flies, Wesley, Patreon is a platform that allows people to give money directly to their creators outside of Google. It's like a third-party platform, basically, and then in return for being a patron of that content creator, you get various rewards. So I just have like a $1 tier. People that support me by giving $1, there will be a link in the description of this video. They get extended edits, early cuts. They get exclusive content. They get lens. They get some text communications. I put polls up on Patreon. People that do $3, they're called workbench support, actually. And the way that I do that is, I'll mention it here at the end of this video. Anybody that's in that tier and above, they get, I just shout them out. Eventually I have something fancier, like a scrolling marquee. I haven't had time to develop that yet. Thanking them for their patronage in every video, as well as all the other stuff that everyone else gets. And then I have I have a tier above that that's, I think it's like $5 or $6 a month. And that everyone in that tier we do like usually every 2 to 4 weeks, we'll do a Google Hangout, and everyone will get in that tier, will get a Google Hangout link. Sometimes we have other YouTubers pop in and talk to us. Anybody that has questions about YouTube, or they want to, actually anywhere on Patreon, if anybody has any like comments about what kind of videos they want to see, if they have criticisms, they have encouragement, like we have a pretty good community over there. So, not to be a salesman, but if you like that kind of thing and want to get more connected with myself or the rest of this little community we have, make sure to sign up for that. So I hope that answers your question. It was a little long-winded. All right, Jessica Terry, thanks for checking in. I'm actually going to, Grumpy Mountain Biker, I'm glad that you asked. So those closed June, the end of June was last month. And then for the next like couple weeks, there is actually when they go about like printing them up and fabricating them, because those jerseys, so anyone that doesn't know, I did 3/4 length jerseys. In fact, I have a sample pattern somewhere around here, if I can find it, maybe. But I ordered these special jerseys. The window was only open for like a month, unfortunately. but I ordered a couple myself. I got a bunch of other people ordered them. Brian ordered one. I haven't seen him in here, but I was pretty stoked on that, as well as a couple other of my OGs. Dang, where is this thing? Oh, here it is. So the jerseys, team jerseys or road bike team jerseys. So I just put it up there. It was a design that I was excited about. My friend Yvonne, and open it up for everybody if whoever wanted one. So I'll definitely keep you posted. I don't know if you're on my Patreon, Grumpy, but I'll definitely post stuff on my Instagram and Facebook as I have more details about when they come out. All right. So I think I'm going to call it a night, actually. So I look like mind-blowing. And I wouldn't be here continuing to grind away at it and having these really cool experiences and meeting all of you if you guys weren't around. So I appreciate you all very much. Until next time, everybody, Thursday when the Spider Mountain video drops. Until next time, stay shreddy. Have a good night.